Hello, Leo. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, and this is your June monthly reading. Today, we will be doing a yummy Celtic cross spread, and then I will pull a card for the Leo Collective from the Herbcrafter's Tarot to close the reading. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates, leave the rest. If you are interested in more context, you will want to listen to your sun, moon, rising, or north node for additional information. And then if you're interested in a personal reading, I have links in the description below and also links to my social media where you can come for more fun. That's Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. Okay, Leo, you got the lawnmower sounds going on outside, so you might be picking that up a little, but that's just how we roll. Kind of think of it like a Leo growl. I'm going to lay out this spread and then we'll get rolling. Okay. All right, Leo, we got some interesting energies to work through here. So you're starting out the reading showing me you're in the energy of the Knight of Cups. I do feel a really nice flow here, a really nice momentum, a really nice energy of love and playful celebration, which would be true to your Leo form. This is crossed with the Nine of Cups. So you're actually saying, I created this. I created this environment of love within and the love without that I share. A really beautiful correspondence going on between you and your heart energies. And it feels very open. It feels very alive. We will clarify, but that's what I'm getting. It seems like Leo is pretty happy. And, you know, I mean, we're coming into summer, we're coming into the warm season. You're probably having, well, at least in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere, you're gonna have to travel to where it's warm, I guess. But you're bringing in just a warm-hearted energy here. And this could be representative or reflective of a time where you feel like you were moving through quite a cold or more frozen time. So this could be indicative of movement for you. In your focus area, you get the Seven of Pentacles. You're really trying to grow something, nurture something. It's taking a lot of patience. It seems to be taking a lot of time, but that's where your focus is needed right now. It also could be something you're thinking about doing. So, you know, taking a look at whatever you're thinking about doing or whatever you are doing and making sure that you understand that moving through the more nurturing aspects of this energy really means that it may take more time and patience. We will clarify though. In the past, you're showing me the Knight of Pentacles. You're showing me a slower moving energy. This is something that you're leaving behind. The Knight of Pentacles is still moving, but he is the slowest of the knights. He's more of the strategist. You know, he's not active on the front lines, so to speak, like maybe the Knight of Swords or Wands is. And this knight it's very, there's a lot of planning going on, okay? There's a lot of maybe getting bogged down a little bit in research or getting a little too bogged down, getting a little slowed down. Seems like you're trying to move away from that energy and maybe create some faster momentum. You're bringing in the Ace of Swords as your strength. This would be kind of cutting through the nonsense, cutting through the BS, using a machete to cut your way through a really, you know, overgrown jungle. Right? This is you really cutting through things and that will bring the faster movement, and that's in your strength. In the future placement, you have the Magician. So really recognizing the elements at your disposal, making appropriate and aligned decisions for how to utilize those elements, to not trade out the wisdom and knowledge of those elements for power. You know, this is really about using the elements in a balanced way from what I can see here. And we'll see, we'll get some clarifiers, but there's something kind of hiding there in those future energies. In your advice and support, you get the Page of Wands. This is a curiosity. I like that this is the wands. This is your fire energy. This is, you know, the playful lion cub learning something from the elders. There may be someone coming into your life, or that has come into your life, that is imparting a lot of wisdom upon you, and you're really absorbing it. It could also be a helpful book or text that you found. It could be this reading, maybe. I don't know. I hope so. I hope this helps you, but you could really be soaking it up. There are some brilliant red cardinals in this picture. So for those of you who might be seeing cardinals, they would be a sign for you. And the character is dressed in the deeper oranges and reds and yellows here, which is, you know, I kind of think of that warm Leo color. In your environment, you have the Four of Wands, indicating stability is incredibly important to you. You want to keep a healthy, happy, stable home. We do have some dragonflies in the picture, which always indicate to me some sort of subconscious element. This may not be fully your realized dream yet. This could be something you are dreaming about, is making your environment more stable, is having that happy, healthy, grounded, stable, prosperous home environment. In your hopes and fears, you have the Two of Wands. There's a hesitation here to move forward. And it's not without purpose, right? So this is something that is important. There is the eagerness to move and kind of forage your way through this situation. And a white buck is at the entrance of this particular Two of Wands. To me, I see the white buck as rare invitation for you to move forward. So there may be some hesitancy if you're feeling afraid of something, but there could also be the desire and the pull and you're getting drawn to move forward. We will clarify. On the potential outcome, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new, stable beginning. This is you feeling strong under your capabilities to navigate the financial world, to navigate the practical material world in a way that you feel proud and strong. It's looking pretty good from what I can see. Okay, let's look at this Knight of Cups crossed with this Nine of Cups. We'll look at the Knight first, because this is you. This is your heart energy. This is maybe you sharing it with someone in particular, maybe sharing your passions a bit with the world, sharing something very lovely. A lot of orange and red coming out to me again. So we could be dealing with kind of the root and sacral energies. And clarifying that, you get the Hanged Man and the Temperance card. Ooh, how interesting. Ooh, I've almost got the chills here. So Leo, you're showing me that your ability to hold up your cup and open that big heart that you have up and out has been a bit of a journey here for you. We have two major arcana cards, the Hanged Man and the Temperance, very powerful energies. We've got here the 12 and the 14 for those of you who might be working with numbers. And maybe between the 12th and the 14th of June, those might be significant dates here from what I can see, and where you're really going to need to make sure you're aligned with your heart space and with your big, bold Leo heart, your lion heart. It seems to me that in this particular Hanged Man, something is going to be brought to the light for you. So something that you're currently in the dark about is going to be brought to the light. That's the illumination I see. It is through you being in the right position to receive whatever wisdom is coming your way, however. So do make sure you're of a very clear mind. I think Temperance is coming in to let us know, stay clear, drink lots of water, maybe be around the water a bit, a lake, a river, an ocean. Get yourself positioned nicely to be open to receive the wisdom that is being imparted on you, because this has to do with you and who you are and how you show up in the world. Let's look at this Nine of Cups, because you're feeling good about having created something for yourself. You get the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I really see you're working on, so as you're working on building more and more into what you love, you're recognizing the difficult choices of like what to leave behind. Now, this could apply for some of you. This could be relationships. For some of you, this could be financial, could be related to your spending habits, perhaps, like what can you do without, what can you leave behind. Some of you might be letting go more of the Netflix kind of world, the social media. It's just, it's just too much. It's taking up too much of your time. You're moving away from that and seeing if you can come into a more active, empowered space. Now, remember, in your past, you're leaving behind the Knight of Pentacles. And here in this challenge position, what you're trying to build, it looks like it can't be built, and you can't really move forward into the swifter energies of the Knight of Swords until you kind of parse through this challenge or this information here. I see you still I feel like you're good with yourself within, but your situation might not be reflecting that fully yet. Let's look at this focus area of this Seven of Pentacles. This is, I always see this as a very nurturing energy. Patience. Oh yeah, it's a little sticky here. What's going on? What's going on, Leo? You get the Two of Cups and the Chariot. Your focus has shifted into an understanding that you have been nurturing something that you need to move on from. And in order for you to leave behind the slower moving energies of the past that it looks like you're wanting to get away from and move more swiftly, you may have to take swift action in the direction of moving on from someone or something. This could be a job. This could be a business partnership. This could be a romantic relationship. Could be a friendship or a family dynamic type situation. Definitely a partnership energy is showing here, and you need to nurture the movement away from this. I really feel like your time trying to invest in this and fix it and bring it into its best place are over. And now you are having the movement away because it's now time to nurture your movement and your momentum. Something has held you back and you're needing to get away from it. All right, in the past, so you're leaving behind this Knight of Pentacles, this more, it feels like strategy has been there, a lot of, looking over the map, looking over the field. Okay, here's all the players, here's how they're affected, taking the time to really do that. It's an important part of the process, but you're clarified by the King of Swords and the Four of Wands here. And you have the Four of Wands in your environment here. And remember I said you might be kind of dreaming about it. The King of Swords, he's got balls, okay? So the King of Swords is coming in and cutting through the bullshit. Remember, you have the Ace of Swords in your strength. It's time for you to step up as the King, Leo. And you don't get the wands this time, which would be your comfort zone. This is a little outside of your comfort zone. But to leave this past behind and get you more into the momentum of your future, more where you feel like things are moving and grooving. And not only that, but they're stable, happy, and healthy. So moving, grooving, stable, happy, and healthy. I'm gonna have to make that the title. Moving, grooving, stable, happy, healthy. Okay, I'll try to remember that. In order to do that, you're going to have to stand up and speak your truth and call out the BS and make some decisions, make some of the harder decisions, but take charge. Take charge, because you've got to leave that in the past. It has its place, And it took its place for you, and it's time to move on. Now you've got the King of Swords helping into the Ace of Swords here, which is your strength. You get the Six of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. And your strength is that you are a good worker, you are a hard worker, and you will figure out your way, you'll figure out your path, you will have success through this as long as you honor what you know to be true. So what you know to be true for yourself, for the situation, and just truth in general, with the sword coming in here so predominantly. This is an energy that when you know that you know, you can't deny that you know, okay? And yes, in your strength is the work that you do and how you're able to build and how you're able to produce. So I like that. It gets to be part of the experience instead of maybe something that is tough. It feels more like work is helpful in this scenario. Maybe it will help take your mind off things a little bit so that you can keep in the energy of moving forward and cutting through the BS. For the future position, remember you have the Magician, and I talked about really making sure that you don't substitute the learnings and the teachings from the four elements for, you know, power or a quick fix or a, what do I want to say, like something that's more, it feels like a quick fix. It feels like a temptation. It feels like, you know, one of those things that comes in fast and looks good, but you have to have the discernment with it. Clarifying the Magician is the Tower and the Page of Cups. And that's, the Tower comes in as a, like, yeah, things are gonna be topsy-turvy maybe for a little while, especially if you're going, and when I say power, it's more of like a, it's kind of like a power hungry feeling, like almost like a greedy feeling. Not saying you're greedy, just saying there might be something kind of tempting you, or it could be like one of those get rich quick kind of schemes, or it sounds too good to be true. It probably is, because we have the Tower here. And I think things are going to be kind of up in the air for you based on what you're really focused on here and what you're leaving behind and moving into. It's going to be topsy-turvy anyway, but you have this beautiful Page of Cups coming in. And again, you started off with the cups in your energy. This is a lovely energy of let me work. Maybe you are meant to work with the cups energy, because I did get, you know, being by water is important and making sure you're drinking plenty of water and keeping a clear open vessel. And she's offering the cup here, and the cup has a fish in it. So there's sustenance in that. And I think that's what you need to offer yourself in order for your magic to be balanced here in that Magician. It feels a bit like it's a tightrope walking experience. Don't get me wrong. What I'm talking about here is really challenging, because you're like on the edge of a sword, of the sword, the Ace of Swords here. You're on the edge of that sword, and if you stray but a little one way or the other, you know, and the Page of Cups is coming in and showing that sustenance on the journey here as you kind of go through this. But just beware. Now, what could be coming in that you get challenged with too is if you are walking away from like a person, a relationship, a business partner, something like that, they could come back with a tempting kind of offer. And if you're not balanced out, if you're not clearly, you know, receiving the information properly, it could, you know, you could kind of fall into something that would take you back into those stuck energies where you feel defensive again, and like your stability of your life, your family, if you have children, your children is being taken for granted or put at risk. Okay, let's look at this Page of Wands for you and the advice and support. You get the Emperor and the Page of Swords. Okay, so you've got two pages here, air and fire. And they're both looking toward the Emperor. You're getting ready to make a bold move. You're getting ready to do something quite bold, quite strong. And in this case, the Emperor is holding an Ankh. So that may be an important symbol for some of you, and, you know, holding like a crystal ball in the other hand. So the Emperor is having both foresight and a sense of completion. And so I really like this because I feel like you're bringing the knowledge and wisdom and your own passions into this like foresight and wisdom, and it's really stable and really strong. And so not only is that energy with you, but you want to look for that energy around you in the supportive energies that might be floating around you, whether they be trusted friends, trusted family members, your support system, the actions that you take for self-care and for putting yourself in positive and progressive situations that you're aligned with. Okay, looking at your environment. So remember I said we had the dragonflies in this Four of Wands, and it could be kind of your dream. The Four of Wands is a card of stability. I don't know if this is fully manifested for you in your environment yet. We have the Nine of Cups and the Death card. The Nine of Cups is beautiful water energy. It's being proud of what you've completed, but the character does hold their arms crossed over their heart. So there is the need to protect the heart somewhat in the environment. And there's the Death card. Something is definitely ending here. And it's going to affect your environment, like where you live, your home, everything to do with that, with this Death card coming in. I see you surrendering to it, even though it's hard, because I feel like maybe you've spent time working on the home, or now you're thinking, oh, I'm going to have to sell it, or I don't know if there's a way I can stay here and go through the transformation that I need to. You know, there's a lot of practical impacts and influences that are happening here. Yeah, so Leo, you know, you are the Strength card, though. You are able to pull on your ability to work on things in such a passionate way. And there may be a bit of a sense of like, whether or not you're a man or a woman, getting in touch with your more wild energies. So in yoga, they have a certain breathing technique called lion's breath. That could be very helpful for you. Embodying, maybe doing some embodiment dancing by yourself. You don't have to put it on social media or anything, but you can just have some movement or some dancing where you're embodying the lion or the lioness and really moving some energy in your body, maybe doing some roaring or some growling and really, you know, kind of vibrating at that frequency. You know, studying the behavior, okay, if those activities are a little too bold for you, which I doubt. You're a Leo, you're very dramatic, you can call on your dramatic energies and do it, but you can, you know, read about lions or observe the behavior of lions, probably not live, but, you know, on a documentary or something like that, something that might kind of get you back in tune with your wild masculine and your wild feminine, just in its like raw form. And nature, I think, will help with that as well. Your hopes and fears, you had this Two of Wands, and you've got this invitation from this white buck, and you get the Strength card. Speaking of strength, there you are, Leo, and the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, you know, there is a Ten of Pentacles, and that's more of a completion kind of card and feeling complete with your environment. But the Nine is you're almost there. And there's the Nine of Pentacles in this card is with like grapevines, and so there's a very fruitful energy showing up here when you trust this rare, beautiful white buck that is showing up in your path. And I'm almost getting like if I could see this card moving, I would see the buck turning and walking through the 2 wands that are the pillars, and you following the buck. You having the strength and determination to do that, and that helping you build your way through any fears that you have. I honestly don't sense you being super afraid. I see you being super strong and having courage to move forward through whatever these challenges are, regardless. Let's look at this Ace of Pentacles and your outcome here. You got the Ace of Swords, which you already had right in your strength, and you got the Seven of Pentacles in your focus. Wow, so cool. So cool. You will have the opportunity to reset, okay? Because clarifying your Ace of Swords down here was the Eight of Pentacles, and you're coming in with the Seven of Pentacles, which was in your focus too. So I feel like there'll be a period of time where maybe you have to work really hard on something. It could be your emotional state. It could be the processing of whatever's going on here. Could be, you know, the dissolution of this connection, relationship, business situation. And you will get an opportunity to kind of reset, because you're kind of showing me, hey, I might have to do some things I don't really want to, you know, it's really not where I want to be long term. Remember, you're still dreaming. You're still bringing in the vision of your stability more long term, okay? And I want you to do that because I want you to work on, you're going to be working on every day becoming that future self by holding the vision. But you're also going to have the opportunity to kind of recheck, reset yourself, rewind a bit. Maybe like it's kind of like going back and taking a different path. You will have the opportunity to do that. I don't see it as a backward motion. I see it as a good thing. I see it as you're kind of rounding back, making sure you picked everything up that you needed, that you have everything for when you do move back into the Eight of Pentacles, okay? For some of you, this could be taking a break from the work environment for a while. This, you could be on a hiatus. You could be going on a vacation for some of you. Or that opportunity may present itself. For some of you, this could be you do need a little bit of time off work to work through matters dealing with this situation. But you know, Leo, you're also showing me you're very like mentally, acutely like sharp and tuned in right now with this Ace of Swords coming up twice. So not only cutting through the bullshit and actually getting where you need to be, like I said, the machete through the really thick jungle. Not only that, but also just a pride and a stability in the clarity of your mental state, which is beautiful. It's like you're very, like the clear-headedness is definitely a part of this. And so keep that in mind. Leo, let's pull you a card from the Herbcrafter's Tarot. The card you got to close off your reading is the Lovers, and this is Hawthorn, and it says, give life to the fruits of divine union. Hawthorn opens the heart and ignites passion. Berries emerge from pollinated flowers, a partnership that feeds the bee and the tree. Relationships based on shared desires lead to sweet rewards. Take only what is yours, only what fills you with joy. If you pick too many flowers in the spring, the tree will not yield as much fruit. When you make the choice, trust your heart. Though the thorns can be menacing, they can also be protective. Oh, that's a cool message to go along with your reading, Leo, even though in the situation where we have the partnership that I could see for some of you that's dissolving, this would be you envisioning, you know, a partnership of the future and taking only what is yours. You're only going to align with what feels good to you from here on out, not aligning with something that isn't what it says it is. And here we have on one wreath here, we have the berries, and on the other we have the flowers. So we want to nurture these flowers so that we get more berries at the end of the season. Hawthorn could be a really nice, I don't know what kind of, if this comes in like those box flower essence remedies, but I think it does. I think hawthorn is one of the flower essences possibly that you can work with. You could also look at pictures of the tree and just align with the energy of hawthorn, because I think it has to do with your envisioning of love and stability for your future. Leo, thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see you next time.